For a start, with a little boosh and another boosh. I killed one of them, poor lads. Oh. my car is munching away at the haybot arm. My car eats haybots. What have I created? Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to another episode of Scrap Mechanic with me, Spacefish. On another Thursday, probably a bit late today unfortunately. I have spent like 6 hours in the last 2 days just recording clips for War and it hasn't really been going well, so unfortunately everything's kind of been pushed back a bit for me, and with like Easter holidays and everything, I am hanging behind a tad bit. But now it's finally time for Scrap Mechanic. As you can see, we've got a wave coming up here in actually 18 minutes, even though this thing's empty. Let me do this here first though, because I'm kind of concerned that I may accidentally end up picking a block off this construct here, and that the whole thing will just come down. So that way, hopefully, going to be a bit more stable. But with that said, here's the wave then. The issue being that, well, the case seems to be that with the watering setup, the actual vacuum pump to refill my water tank is actually not in render range of this whole construct. So basically what I had to end up doing when actually planting plants today, which I did a lot between episodes, we'll get to that in a second, but what I had to end up doing was go over there, wait till the water tank is full, then come back and activate this thing. So slight bit unfortunate, but that is going to be the way that it has to work. And what that ended up doing was that a few of the crops ended up not really kind of being watered at 4:30, and as they do tend to take like 22 to 24 hours, I think, is what you all told me down below in the comments. So thanks very much for that. With them taking that long, I unfortunately kind of went slightly over the 4 hours and 30 minutes timer again, or was it? I think it was 20 hours and 22 hours, so that's more the time frame. But I ended up going over the timer. It did start counting a few of them again, and that's why we did get another raid in here that we had to defend against real quick. But with that said, as I said, I've used the farm quite a fair few times in between episodes, and I apparently seem to very much feel like picking it apart again right now. And we've really nicely scraped up a good bunch of vegetables, which is going to be the topic of today's episode, because if you can see right here, we've got 30 tomatoes, we've got 30 red beets, and I even have like 12 in my inventory to keep myself fed in the meanwhile too. So that is all awesome and beautiful and perfect and great, and I'm actually going to turn that around here for a second because I don't want to accidentally spew everything all over the place. And we can maybe already connect these up because, well, with this going the other way around, that should hopefully not be an issue if I accidentally hit that button, which, let's try and not do that. But with all that farmed, which took me like 3 days in Scrap Mechanic, which has honestly been quite the while as well to prepare, I think today it is now time to finally pack up our first few vegetables and have our first trader interaction, which I'm very much looking forward to, because that's going to give us some new seeds. The new seeds we're going to use to get some more farming done, which I'll probably just be doing myself in between episodes again. And then with those new, which, well, fruits, not vegetables, I think, that we are going to have to get, we will finally be able to get our very first gun in the game, which I'm very much looking forward to, with that shadow just randomly appearing. That actually was weird. But the issue here being that the truck isn't really up to snuff yet, right? I did want to use that to carry over things, but we all know that it's not quite ready yet. Farming took an absolute age, so maybe we will try and have some more mats ready for this thing in the next episode to try and get it to where the wheels actually work and the thing is a bit closed off and we can drive around with it for a while, because, you know, right now it's like, yeah, we're not going to get far with this. Also, I just kind of may have donked into that thing right there. So let's just pick that up again real quick. But yeah, like, the truck is really not quite up to snuff yet. As much as I would like to take it out and like to do something with it, I think that is going to have to wait for a while still. So in the meanwhile, we have this beautiful exploration vehicle with, yet again, a headlight missing because a freaking towbot came running its way while I was just AFK waiting for plants to grow. And decided to do that the best freaking idea in the world was going to be to slap a headlight off my exploration vehicle again. So what I actually want to do real quick here is that we're going to head in here and just quickly get one going before we head out. So headlight, what do we need? That's a lot actually. We need one glue and we need one tier 1 metal block. We've got the tier 1 metal, we've got the glue, absolutely perfect. And we do have the glass in our inventory already, so that's all going to get cooking. We're going to throw all that back nicely. And we're just going to head out like that, because what is street safety anyways, right? We don't need to be safe for traffic. There's no other traffic except us. So we will find another canopy that has been slightly opened for ventilation purposes by me accidentally, and we will hop in, and we'll probably just end up carrying the food crates with this thing as well. Now, I'll kind of have to see in terms of if I can get them transported all at once, because in theory it's going to be like 6 of them, and I'm thinking that I can get like a maximum of 2 to 3 on here, so we may end up doing multiple trips. But the first packaging station, with a little bit of lag, luckily isn't that far away from home anyway, so I'm thinking that it'll hopefully be fine. The second one, which we will probably need for the packages for the guns, is going to be a lot further, and it's also going to be a lot further in between the trader and the packaging station. So I'm thinking that for the second one we will probably kind of want to have that truck ready, but let's see about that. Now you can see here the packaging station. We've got the tomatoes and the red beets and everything. Kind of thinking that I'll need to sort what I put in that crate and what I throw out there first, but basically the way that that now works, I think, is I kind of go here, and that seems to work still, I hope. We can give it a try. Let's... No. God. Okay, didn't die, luckily. That's a good start. We are gonna go and actually just, like... I think we're going to leave 10 red beets in here, because if we waste red beets, we've got more. If we waste tomatoes, we don't. And we're going to turn this thing around. What do you mean, X? Oh. Right, if we want to do red beets, we probably want to go to the other one. Let's see if the other one actually works. I very much hope it does, and I do not have to adjust the height of this thing. And as you can see, it's actually opening up. Look at that, beautiful. So that thing is ready to accept our red beets, and then we're just going to go and hit that button. Boop. And that's one. Okay, so we're going to have to hit that button a bunch of times. Should have probably actually just used the switch. So that's finally the application for our switch. I didn't really think of that. That the vacuum pump was not going to be repeating itself, which is actually kind of weird, because, you know, usually it does actually... Oh. Boop! Nice. We should actually monitor that a bit more. We're going to check the other one out a little closer, but you can see that these things are pretty big, so we're going to have to probably go for multiple trips right here. But I didn't actually think that the vacuum pump would need me. Is that on there? It is. Okay, we're going to be carrying this like that, apparently. And this thing is huge, as you can see. So we're probably going to have to do 2 at a time, as far as I can tell here. Now, the thing being that the vacuum pump, usually, like, when you pump water, right, you just click that button once and it just keeps pumping that water. So I'm kind of confused why it doesn't do the same for just delivering me the red beets, but we're going to do this instead. And, boop! There was the crate. Hope you all saw that. We're going to get ourselves the next crate right here. In theory, I guess you could just have the truck standing here and just collect it all. But you kind of probably want to put that on there a little more safe. Otherwise, it's probably going to fly all over the place. But regardless, let's try and get this onto our little vehicle. Now, the thing is that we can apparently not put it onto, like, the bed area. No, we can. Okay, so I think we're going to do 3 at a time then. And hope that we don't have to respawn in the bed in the meanwhile, because that's probably going to certainly end up in our death, and, well, it's going to be a whole nother mess. So, we're going to do that one more time, get the 3rd red bead seed package, not seed package, but the 3rd red bead package going, and then we're going to deliver that, and I think the way that the trader works is you basically just get, like, credit when you deliver stuff, and then you can come by him anytime and just be like, oh, I would like to get something for my red bead packages that I delivered, and that thing was already out there for ages, and I just kept clicking the buttons, so I didn't even know. So, with that said, let's put this chunky boy onto here. Beautiful. And with this humongous construction now on the way, let's get going. Doesn't seem like it's actually too bad for us in terms of load or anything. Like, my springs don't even care on the vehicle, which is a nice start, honestly. And we're just gonna head over. It's working surprisingly well. I honestly thought that we were gonna be super slow, or gonna have some issues with, like, the springs being super mega compressed. With a huge jump right there, but it seems that this vehicle is very much up to the task of actually carrying these things for us, which is beautiful. So, Trader is, of course, over here, and that's why it's honestly not that big of a hassle for the first delivery to just go twice, because it's literally just like 2 meters, and we are there anyways. We're just going to swiftly ignore the keep out signs, and then we've got this pump out here, where we basically need to deliver these packages to, preferably without falling into the lake first. So, let me pick them up, let me place them down, and I hope we can just kind of deliver them all at once and don't have to press that button like 3 times again. So, let's do this, and let's do that. Slurp. Okay, gotta press the button 3 times. Slurp. Slurp. Beautiful. And now we should have some credit with the trader. If we check in here real quick with this guy. Hello. We can hopefully see that right here. So, what I want to go for with you guys here, credit is up there, by the way. What I really want to go for is this here, the spud gun. That's kind of like the first stage as far as I can tell. You need a few orange packages for it and blueberry packages, for which we are getting the seeds right now, basically. And then you get one of these fancy spud guns right here in return. You've got some more cool things like the spud shotgun or the spudling gun, but those are, I think, a lot more expensive. You need like broccoli here, you need pineapple right there, and I don't even seem to be able to see those kinds of seeds here. So actually a very curious one as to how you even get those. If anyone knows, let me know down below. I would very much like to hear about that. We also have a potato ammo container, which is pretty cool. Connected to mountable spud gun with a trigger to shoot potato ammo. We've got the mountable spud gun right here. Certainly something we'll have to have, like base defense in the future. That sounds pretty cool to me. And, well, we've got some garment boxes and stuff too that we can get, among some other things. So, pretty nice overall, but what we really want here is going to be the orange and the blueberry seeds. And you can see orange seeds here. We need 3 tomato packages, which we don't have delivered just yet. But we've got the blueberry seeds here, and we can already get ourselves 5 of those, and we're definitely going to go and grab them. Thank you very much for the business, mate. Now, the other thing that we're going to need here, by the way, for the spud gun is going to be one of these guys. And if you'll remember, like, I found one of them, you know, caged farmers or whatever you call them, a bit earlier. See you later, buddy. And he's still nicely chilling below our base, so we should be able to transport him over nicely. I'll just kind of have to see how we will actually go about transporting him, because thus far I've really only knocked him about the place with my hammer, and I don't think I can pick him up, or otherwise, like, if I can pick him up, I don't know why I never did that. Maybe I just never discovered that I can just pick him up. We'll have to see, but if I can only knock him about the place with my hammer, well, we will either have to have the truck fixed beforehand, or I'll just have to do, like, a huge journey with me knocking that poor lad all over the place with a hammer for the next 2 bajillion years, and hopefully not kick him into, like, some pond or something on the way. So we'll have to see how that goes. But with that said, we've got another 30 tomatoes to deliver here, so let's go and take care of that too. and then we will have our beautiful new seeds. Now, we will also need to see for those seeds how many points they're actually worth, because it's a more expensive crop after all, so I will probably have to find out how many of those I can more or less safely plant at the same time without totally getting overwhelmed by waves of bots, because after all, I do not really have a gun yet to defend myself. I only have my hammer, so I think with that tomato package yeeting out at the side there, let's actually just get 3 before we pick them all up, and then we pick them all up at once. But I think that, you know, I kind of need to manage that to not get overwhelmed. Once we have the gun, I think we can probably go and actually get a bunch more things planted at once, and well, we can probably eventually get one of these mountable guns and get even more planted at once. So we'll get there, but for the time being, it sounds like the wiser choice for me to kind of manage the risk versus the reward right there, given that after all I can always just sit there between episodes and kind of just farm things without you guys. So with that said, that is then the 3rd package of tomatoes out there. So let's drive the vehicle over real quick, and then we'll just slap everything on the back again and go back to the trader and grab the rest of the seeds. So this here is a bit of a difficult one because I cannot be standing in the way. That was why I don't want to let me do that earlier. And we're going to slap the other 2 tomato packages on the sides right here. Beautiful. Well, the springs seem to be compressing slightly, but they don't seem to care all too much, so that's fine. And we're going to go over to the tractor again. Oh. Yeah, that's an issue. I just got kicked out of my car for dehydration. It's not fair. I keep being bullied by this dehydration mechanic. Like, it started last episode with me just trying to make a nice connection with my logic tool, and now we continue by getting kicked out of the darn vehicle due to dehydration. I had kind of forgotten that that was even a feature. It's been a long while since that last happened to me. But let's go and zoom across here, hopefully without running into those pesky haybots that were just chasing us a second ago. And back over to the trader. And then we're going to go and, ooh, God, get our orange seeds on the way too. If my wheels are going to be willing to steer me the right way. Oh, yeah, I've just kind of noticed a bit of an issue with the back left wheel. It's kind of getting stuck every now and again because one of the crates is blocking it. So probably want to watch out with the placement a bit more the next time we do that. But with that said, back at the traders, let's go and deliver our crates and, well, actually put them in the middle, and hopefully in a second we can just witness some nice and fancy slurps. And there goes all our credit again, and we will go back to the lad, hello, and grab our very precious orange seeds. Cool. So that's everything we wanted. Now it's, of course, kind of getting to farming, and it's going to take a minute because, well, with 5 orange seeds and 5 blueberry seeds, I hope that over time I kind of just get more from farming them, and that I don't, like, that it works kind of like with the tomatoes, right? Because when you harvest tomatoes, for example, you get the seeds that you invested plus a few on top every time. So I hope that it works the same with these seeds, and that I don't just need to keep buying seeds, because that would be a pain to actually get all that stuff farmed. So fingers crossed that it works the same way. But we're going to need 20 oranges, we're going to need 20 blueberries for a start, with a little boosh and another boosh. I killed one of them, poor lads. Oh. My car is munching away at the haybot arm. My car eats haybots. What have I created? Well, yeah, so we're basically gonna have to see about this, right? It's gonna take me a while, and well, 3 to 4 farming runs. So given that I need to wait a day between those two, it's going to be a long while till I actually get that going. If at least I get some of the seeds back, well, if at least I get the seeds back and a few on top, maybe I can do it in 3 farming runs. Maybe I'll have to do 4, we'll have to see about it. But one way or another, it's going to take me quite the while. But with that said, we're back home then. all the seeds that we wanted then successfully acquired, and let's first things first go back out over here and finally grab that still unfinished headlight, which of course stopped kind of working because we went out of the rendering range of that. Well, we went out of rendering range of the production thingy. So let's turn this and up the lighting intensity, and that is our vehicle and beautifully fixed with a few lags right there. So I'm going to place a quick cut. I'm just going to check out the values of these seeds that we now got real quick, and then we're probably very quickly also going to get to a tad bit of farming. Where are my orange seeds? There they are. Alright, so with 5 of each seed, we should just really be ending up at a level 2 raid, which is kind of the same thing that I had when I planted like crops all over this field. So that's, I think, 3 or 4 tote bods and 1 hay bod, which is totally manageable by me, so we're going to plant them all. Let's just check the time though. The thing is that we would ideally go and actually plant them at 4:30 AM, of course. So what we're going to do before then is we're going to go over and we're going to ensure that actually the water tank here is full and I can instantly hopefully water all these plants. And then we're going to get these plants actually planted when the time is perfect and we do not run into any issues right here. And this button, by the way, always turns itself off when you go out of render range, which is a bit weird to me, but that's just the way that it works in this game, seemingly. We also have 1 orange here, which I'm just going to eat because I need hydration. We're going to plant more anyways, so I hope that is fine. If I end up needing more of the seeds, I'm going to cry myself to sleep about that one, but hopefully I'm going to get them back. So I'll just chill here. I'll wait for the water real quick and wait for 4:30 AM to come around, and then we're going to be planting some more crops. So I'll see you all on the other side of this very cut. Alright, and welcome back everyone. If we check the time, you can see that 4 AM is just about to hit. So first things first, we're already going to get done out here. What we're going to nicely watch is the satisfying watering of this little farm that we have. I absolutely love how this always comes together. It's really, really great the way that it works. The only thing that's really a bummer is that the auto water refill does only work when I'm a bit closer, but that's something I can surely manage on my own end. And I mean, it's so much better than just running back and forth with water buckets. I can't even tell you how much better that is. But with that said, let's end that right there. We have 4:20, so another few seconds to wait here. And then we're going to go and plant all these things and pray to God that these are going to come back to me. And as I said previously, let me just plant these things first. Please. Thank you. Get out of the way. That is going to be the oranges, and that is going to be the blueberries. Awesome. So, no trees, just little oranges. I'm really wondering to see the growth stages of these. But as I said previously, if any of you all know how to get the broccoli seeds or the pineapple seeds, or any of the other seeds that I may still be missing that I can't get through the trader, please let me know down below in the comments. That would be very, very great to know about. But with that said, and with the unauthorized farming detected, I'm going to end it off here for today. So I hope you all very much enjoyed the episode. As usual, if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help out the channel a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider hitting that subscribe button right down below, as well as that bell icon to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. And with all that out of the way, as usual, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the episode, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one very, very soon. Ciao.